Jennifer of Celtic Knot Crochet, and today in this video I'm going to show you how to weave the Celtic knot that you'll find in the Celtic Snowflake. The Celtic Snowflake pattern you can find in my Etsy shop. There'll be a link in the description below. All the details of how to make the inner piece for the snowflake and how to add all the stitches around the outside you can find in the pattern. But for this video, I'll be showing you how to weave this Celtic knot. What you'll need is a piece of cork board. I like to use about a 1/4 inch cork board, and then I also like to put some styrofoam below it just so my pins don't poke through onto my work surface, but it's not necessary. You'll need about 10 to 20 straight sewing pins, and then you'll need to print out the Celtic knot diagram from the instructions. I pin that in place. And then you'll also need the cord that the instructions tell you how to make. And this is what the cord looks like. It's white crochet thread with some silver embroidery floss along the edge. If you look at the diagram, you can see that there are some dashes right here where the two cord ends will meet. So this is where we're going to begin, and we're going to start weaving in the direction of the arrow. A nice practice when you have a Celtic knot diagram is to run your finger along the path of the knot just so you are familiar with how it goes. As you can see, there are a lot of over and under passes that we want to make sure we follow exactly so our knot turns out just right. I also have included this measurement guideline, so if you measure this line right here and it equals 1 inch or 2.5 centimeters, then your diagram is the correct size. I'm going to start with the end of the cord where I started working, and I line that end up right here with the dotted line showing where the two cords will end up meeting, and I pin that in place. Then I work my way down to point A, and I like to pin at all the points, so I'm going to pin right there. Next, we're going to follow the cord around, and I see when I get to here, I'm going to need to go under what's already there. So I like to take the end of the cord like so and pull it through, and then I want to make sure that my cord is still facing right side up. And the points should line up with the points on the diagram. So there's point B, and that's where the next point falls. And I'm going to do a little bit more pinning in a few spots, just so this cord stays along that path. Now I'm going to follow the cord this way up to point C. And if I move the cord, I see I need to go under right here. And when I get to here, can you see that? I also need to go under right here. So I take the end again and pass it under both cords. Like so. Put the cords back where they belong, and here's that next point lining up with point C. So I'm halfway around. Next, I'm going to follow the line that goes down through here, and I'm going to cross quite a few cords this time. So when I get to this cord, I want to go under. And when I want to get to this cord, I also want to go under again. So I'm going to go here, under, under, and then when I get to here, I'm actually going to go over. If you look here, you can see that this cord is going over, and I will end at point D. Another tip you can do is you can use a tapestry needle and put the yarn tails through the needle like so, and that will help you go under, under. And I just need to make sure that my cord lays the correct way, the right side up, and I make sure that point, the next point, lines up with point D. You can see there how it's falling into place. Next, I'm going to follow from D to E, and I'm going to go under here and under again, and then I'm going to go over where I started and have the next point line up with point E. So I keep the yarn tails on the needle, and I go under the next two cords like so, and gently pull the cord through, making sure to untwist it. Put the other cords back where they belong. And line up point E with point E. And I'm shifting some of the pins now to cover up where there are a bunch of crossings. Hold those crossings in place. You can see right here. So you can see how I've pinned a lot of the crossings now. This one needs to move over a little. So you want to make sure all your cords are laying on the path that is underneath, like so. So now I have one more point left here at F, and I'm going to go around this way, follow this path. The last point will be at F, and then I'll be a short distance from where I began. There are going to be a lot of over and unders here. So if I look at the diagram, I can see I'm going to go under, then I'm going to go over, then under, over, under, over. So I know that by the time I get to this point, by the time we get to E, every pass through the cords is going to alternate. Under, over, under, over, under, over. And then I end with an under. Using the tapestry needle will help again. Okay, so now I'm going to use the tapestry needle to go under, over, and I'm making sure that my cord is not too twisted. So under, over, under, over, under, over. Push it through, pull it through, and make sure that cord is not twisted. There we go. Like so. And then that last point will meet up with F right here. And then the ending will meet up right here. And there you have the Celtic knot for the Celtic snowflake. Just like it says, according to the directions, I would pin the crossings in place and remove this from the board and sew the cords together on the back side, and then I'm ready to add the decorative crochet stitches around the outside edge. So thank you again for watching this video. Thank you for purchasing this pattern. I hope you enjoyed making it. If you have any questions, please leave a comment in the description below. And I hope you enjoy this project. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up and click to subscribe.